9:07 p.m. Saturday, Saturn Day, January 6th, 2023. January 6th, 2023, 9:07 p.m. Saturday. So, you should choose to watch this later because I don't expect to have many people with me in the process. But leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I'm just going to discuss what we're all seeing and hearing about. Pay attention, feed energy into probably what we shouldn't and what we're being directed. I'm going to attempt to put you in my front pocket here and see what I see. Right off the bat, before anybody even hears my opinion, what I'm about to say, tell me, do you buy any of it? This has become a reoccurring theme of suspected extraterrestrials, foreign events, and populated public areas, and we went from a village in Peru to somebody's backyard in Nevada area. So we had Peru, we had Vegas, we've had, you have to, well, you don't have to do anything, but if you're, searching for connections or answers in a way that I am, you got to kind of consider all things that even if they're not connected, they could be. So you got to be careful and kind of consider them. So I feel like we were never really given a solid explanation on the whole Chinese spy balloon things. And anytime I hear China or Russia get blamed for something, I just know that our own domestic adversaries, like our own corruption within American lawmakers and stuff, and the puppet strings tied to them and everything, that I just can't take it seriously. I'm not saying that we don't have foreign adversaries, and I'm not saying China and Russia aren't a foreign adversary, but what I'm saying is the people who control the stories that we're told is doing things, obviously, and lying about things. So whenever they immediately start saying it's Chinese spy balloon, that just seems like more of a, you know what I mean, like a go-to for them. I'm gonna check and see if we can see through the camera. Seems like it. I don't know if it's leaned down. I don't want it to be facing the ground. It's hard because it's kind of leaned forward being on a bike. I have a little glove in the front pocket underneath the phone trying to hold it up. But I'm going to focus a little bit on this Miami Mall incident while we take this ride together. If you're watching this later, I appreciate you being here. Please follow me on TikTok, Justin Michael Sims 320, no spaces, 2 M's in Sims. Just Michael and Justin Michael, 2 separate YouTube channels. You can find me on Facebook, same names and everything. I'm not active there, but I could become active any day, because I do consider sharing and doing certain things on there that I don't do. It's more of a family-oriented, well, it is a family-oriented profile for me, because that's all it is if you find it and you go through it, you'll see it's not even me making posts. I did make a post about Lahaina, however you say it, about Hawaii and its unnatural looking fires, but I usually don't make any posts on there. I'm usually tagged in events and posts with family, and not really even friends, mainly just family. But so there was a group of teenagers supposedly thing that they messing with it. I don't know if they built it or if they just happened upon it, if somebody else had given it to them, how they came about this device, but it was like a group of them. They didn't seem aggressive or anything from what I've. And you got to remember, people are putting out videos and stories that are saying that they were there that weren't even anywhere near Florida, let alone Miami. And I'm seeing a lot of content creators jump on this and share things that have already been proven that the person wasn't in the area at all and that they were just doing it to go viral on the internet and pretend like they was there and make up an alien story. So keep that in the back of your mind, even when you're listening to me now talk about this witness, because I don't buy any of this. I'll jump ahead and tell you that now. I don't buy any of it. But I think it's orchestrated from higher up than what we would be thinking. If that makes sense. Like, I don't think that it's orchestrated from I do believe that this is supernatural occurrences taking place that we're seeing, but I don't think that I think that it's like, I think these boys were used. I do think that some kind of like portal was opened, but I think that we've completely been misdirected and confused to understand like the ethereal and the ether and what the imagination is and where things come from and how light densifies and particles combine to create matter or anything. So like there's a lot of stuff from the cold air just opens up everything. There's a lot of stuff from the movie that the Obamas produced or whatever they did to make it leave the world behind. There's ships, like how at the beginning of that movie, the big cargo ship just starts coming in towards the beach and everybody's like, oh yeah, well it's going to turn, right? It's going to stop, right? And then it just comes in and crashes. Well, that's happening for real. A lot of them are stopping a little softer because they don't have a lot of momentum coming into the shore, but I have seen clips of that happening recently that I don't think were fake. The Tesla recall on the self-driving capability, that was from the movie. And then the Stranger Things with this like this light portal, like it seemed like a very like significant charge. I don't know if you really call that just electrical. I definitely think that this is something that involves magnets, but obviously at high voltage electricity to create some sort of tear in the fabric of reality to allow these shadow beings to come up. But these shadow beings weren't shadow beings, they weren't fully materialized. They're like how gargoyles are now. See, there are fake gargoyles that are just made out of concrete, but then there's like gargoyles on Earth right now that are actually like petrified beings, like they're actually flesh and blood, and they're caught into a state at the moment where they're like turned to stone, but they actually will get hit with something, whether it's like a solar flare or something is going to, there's like a scheduled time for them to go back to the fleshly form. One moment. Well, nobody's on. So I'm gonna bring this to an end, mainly because I wanna do an interactive stream right now, and that's just not gonna happen here. It might not happen anywhere, but if I click on TikTok right now and start having the same exact discussion, put my thoughts out there, I'll get feedback from probably at least somebody, even if it's one person. There'll be a couple numbers on the screen showing me somebody's there, and somebody will be, even if they disagree with me, they'll be responding. So stay up.